बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। मेरा नाम अब्दुल हफीज़ है और मेरा जो एरिया ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है वो करंट अफेयर्स और इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस। जैसे कि आप सब जानते हैं कि पहले लेक्चर्स के अंदर हमने कवर किया था कि पाकिस्तान ओवरऑल जो फॉरेन पॉलिसी है वो होती क्या है, उसके डिटर्मिनेंट्स, उसके नेशनल इंटरेस्ट क्या होते हैं, उसके टूल्स क्या होते हैं। उसके बाद जो सेकंड लेक्चर है उसमें हमने पाकिस्तान की फॉरेन पॉलिसी को कवर किया था। आज का जो हमारा लेक्चर होगा वो प्योरली पाकिस्तान और इंडिया फॉरेन पॉलिसी को कवर करेगा। तो सबसे पहले पाकिस्तान इंडियन फॉरेन पॉलिसी। पाकिस्तान and India relationship started on a bitter note when Pakistan and India liberated through Indian subcontinent, and there were a many bloodsheds of Sikhs, Muslims and Hindus took place. These communal violences start a bitter rivalry relationship between India and Pakistan. So, Muslims, Sikhs, and Hindus started migrating. Some want to settle in Pakistan, and some migrated from Pakistan to India. After these communal violences, at the time of independence, stage of permanent state of rivalry between Pakistan and India. Pakistan and India stagnated a mood of confrontation, wars, infiltration, and hate in the result of these separations. Pakistan and India fought wars between them, and there are bone of contention between two countries still, that is Kashmir issue. Secondly, there are many other issues which must be settled down to bring normal relationship between both nuclear powers. We will now discuss the bitter factors between two countries which are bone of contention of wars, differences, hate in these two countries. First, war on Kashmir. Muslim majority state ruled by a Sikh ruler, Raja Hari Singh. He was not realizing the sentiment of Muslims, and he started accession, and he joined India in 1947. After the locals of Kashmiris started a struggle to get liberation from India, and they joined tribal men from Pakistan. They picked up their guns and started fighting with each other. After then, India also involved his troops within the Kashmir. Public pressure on Pakistan, so Pakistan also involved military confrontation. In that confrontation, we have lost, and United Nations called a UN resolution for ceasefire between both countries. And they gave a plan to settle their dispute. Kashmiris and tribal men joined and picked up guns and started fighting against Indian forces. And Pakistan also entered their forces within the Kashmir. But after UN resolution of ceasefire, both parties agreed that they will decide to resolve their disputes, and both agreed that some part of Kashmir went to Pakistan and some under administration of India. Second war on Kashmir in 1965. During this war, factors were totally changed because India already defeated from China in 1962 and Pakistan defense was stronger than first war. So there was another factor, pioneer of India, Jawaharlal Nehru was murdered. So there was a political vacuum. So at that time, after India violated Pakistan airspace and international border, and we started fight. We defeated India at the end of Kashmir. After United Nations also resolution and took part that work. Through the third party, USSR involved. De-escalation comes, fight was ended. After that, in 1971 war between India and Pakistan, in that war, situation was totally different. In 1970s, election took place in Pakistan. And at that time, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman in East Pakistan won by majority vote, but central government was not ready to transfer of power to Sheikh Mujibur Rahman that he made his government. It results his supporters started protesting and fighting, and it created a volatile situation and anarchy. Military started crackdown that we will control through the force situation, but unfortunately, when India involved, that created alarming fight. This war we defeated by India. Our 90,000 soldiers were captured by India. They were prisoners of war. But in 1971, when Zulfikar Bhutto came into power, he controlled the situation. He made an agreement, Shimla agreement, and bring back his forces to in Pakistan. After that, in 1974, India started a nuclear explosion devices that brought that brought a nuclear shift within the South Asia, and it changed the balance of power between two countries, Pakistan and India. That we decided that we will build nuclear power, even we will eat a grass. Our leader made a speech in United General Assembly. At that after that Kargil war, which took place in 1999, that war also bring more volatile situation for our country. That our narrative shifted that Pakistan is infiltrating and organizing outfits, terrorist organizations, and they are connecting some violence within the India. So that war well ended when our Prime Minister Mohammad Nawaz Sharif went to United States of America and he met the president of that time, Bill Clinton, and due to his his mediation, de-escalation took place. But after a Indian Parliament attack in 2001, it fell. But after Kargil war, Atal Bihari Vajpayee visited Lahore through by bus and 20 to 21 February in 1999. That was the ray of hope between Mr. Nawaz Sharif and Atal Bihari Vajpayee that two leaders settled Kashmir issues and core issues between two countries. But after Parliament attack, Indian Parliament attack in 2001, that was suspended all diplomatic options between two countries. Vajpayee, Prime Minister Vajpayee addressed his nation that we are ready, and he blamed that attackers was supported from Jaish-e-Mohammed and accused Pakistan, blaming that Pakistan is playing with fire. After 2002 military standoff between two countries, it was not just after Second World War in which both countries bring their army weapons and their soldiers on the borders, and they were ready to fight long war between two countries. But at that time, both countries were nuclear power. Pakistan also conducted nuclear test, also nuclear power, that both countries conducted a nuclear test. So that was both countries were nuclear power and they have defense system. That military standoff between two countries, it was a bone of fire between two countries, nuclear powers. So that was so escalation situation. Since prevailed and President Pervez Musharraf addressed the nation and made a speech that we will control the infiltration and terrorist outfit and we will not allow anyone to use our soil and conduct any terrorist organization within other countries. So that brings de-escalation between two countries. According to some sources, that Indian expenditure on that forces was $4 billion and 1874 Indian soldiers were died during that movement and Pakistani 34 soldiers were died. After that, Mumbai terrorist attack in 2008, it was also bringing suspicion for Pakistan. Our diplomatic relationship have been cut off. All terrorists were killed, but one terrorist captured by Indian forces alive. That was Ajmal bin Kasab. His linked were linked with Lashkar-e-Taiba, and they demanded Pakistan that Pakistan must bring those terrorists under trial and capture, and they must be punished. After surgical strike, in 2014, when Narendra Modi, which was hardcore of BJP and a band outfit that was RSS. He was also known as the Butcher of Gujarat because he was involved and facilitator of riots in Gujarat, which Muslims were killed from those nationalist. After that, he took place, he told that we have taken surgical strike within the Pakistan after Uri attack. That Pakistani forces denied that there is no any escalation and targeted killing within the Pakistan. Pulwama attack in 2019. In February 26, 2019, Indian planes violated Pakistani space and they targeted some trees and killed a crew within the Pakistan soil, and Pakistan gave response on next day and crashed two Indian jet planes and captured a Indian pilot Wing Abhinandan. After that, we released and gave a good gesture to de-escalate war. After that, both countries have joined efforts to bring peace within both countries. There are three types of efforts we made and internationally other institutions made to bring normal relationship between India and Pakistan. That was broadly united interventions. Secondly, bilateral track. Second, third party mediation. In united intervention in first war between Pakistan and India on Kashmir in 1948. Second, bilateral ban. Pakistani leader signed agreement with Indian counterpart. That was Mr. Ayub, General Ayub. So it was also successful. Case 1 study in United Nations. The first UN intervention, first Kashmir war conflict started in 1948 and came into end due to intervention of United Nations, resolution of United Nations. Yes, key role of UN ending 1964-65 war in Kashmir, and both parties agreed that they will resolve their dispute and signed a Tashkent agreement in 1966 to restore peace. Bilateral track. Pakistan and India frequently indulge in bilateral efforts to address their core issues. Such efforts have been successful at a time when failure result major success of Kashmir. Case 1. Nehru-Dhaka Pact. First successful example of bilateral agreement to normalize relationship. And they agreed that protect the rights of minorities within and religious parties within the both countries. So we have finished our third lecture for the foreign policy of India and Pakistan. I hope so that you must learn something from my lecture, and we will conduct it fourth lecture and second after this lecture. So thank you. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.